With this presentation, you will learn to use the verb tener to express feelings, what you have to do, and what you feel like doing. Also, you will learn to use the verb hacer to talk about the weather. These are the conjugations of tener and hacer. Yo tengo means I have, you have, tú tienes, él, ella, usted tiene, nosotros tenemos, ellos, ustedes tienen. Hacer means to do or to make, and the conjugation is yo hago, this H is mute, tú haces, él hace, ella hace, usted hace, nosotros hacemos, ellos, ustedes hacen. It is in parentheses because in Spanish, we don't have to write down the pronoun when we refer to things, animals or plants. So we just will write the verb and then whatever else we need in front. Idiomatic expressions with tener. An idiom is an expression that cannot be immediately understood by looking at its literal meaning. We have some examples here that when I was learning English, I couldn't understand, even though I knew what was played in the field or jump the gun. And of course, I knew that it doesn't rain cats and dogs. So I had to learn what was the real meaning because didn't make any sense for me. In Spanish, also has idiomatic expressions. The literal translation sounds odd to English speakers. We have hace mucho calor. The real meaning is it makes much hot. Or the literal meaning, but the true meaning will be it is very hot. We have to change the verbs to make it make sense. Tener expressions for physical sensations. We are going to change the verb in Spanish to say something that we feel, like I am cold, we will use tener frío. Tener calor, to be hot. Tener sueño, to be sleepy. Tener hambre, to be hungry. Tener sed, to be thirsty. Tener expressions for psychological sensations. Tener prisa. Tener miedo. Tener prisa, to be in a hurry. Tener miedo, to be scared. Tener orgullo, to be proud. And tener curiosidad, to be curious. Other idiomatic expressions can be no tener razón, to be wrong, tener razón, to be right, or tener suerte, to be lucky. Tener is also used as a possessive. So yo tengo la ropa, in this case, I have the clothes, it will mean exactly what it is there. Nosotros tenemos la clase de español. We have a Spanish class. We can also use tener as an idiomatic expressions to say what we feel like doing. So we are going to use tener ganas de plus infinitive, which is a verb that ends on AR, IR, or ER. We're also gonna say what we feel like having using tener ganas de plus a noun. Tengo ganas de vivir en Hawaii. I feel like living in Hawaii. Notice that in Spanish, I am not going to conjugate the second verb, but in English, I have to conjugate it to make it make sense. Tengo ganas de tacos de pollo con salsa roja. In this case, we are using tengo ganas de in the noun. In this case, I don't necessarily need the article. I feel like having chicken tacos with red sauce. Other idiomatic expressions will be tener que plus infinitive verb. Again, to say what you have to do. Tengo que estudiar. Here, we don't have to conjugate because it's going to be infinitive. Second verb this is a dependent verb, not conjugate. No tengo que hacer, pero no tengo que hacer la tarea hoy. Translation, I have to study, but I don't have to do homework today. Que is not going to mean what anymore when we have it by tener. We use hacer to talk about the weather. Again, this is an expression. Hacer means to do or to make. Yo hago la tarea. I do homework. But when we use it with the weather, we're going to say hace frío instead on we use the verb to be. In English, we have to use it to make it make sense, but in Spanish, we have to use hacer to make it make sense in Spanish. Hace calor, it is hot. We cannot use hacemos or conjugate for any other person because we do not produce the weather. It's just it happens. So hacemos is wrong or any other conjugation when we talk about the weather. Práctica. You can see read the sentence, pause, make your translation and check. Yo tengo ganas de descansar el sábado. I feel like resting on Saturday. Again, we don't have to conjugate this in Spanish, but we have to use the ing ending to make it make sense in English. Ellos tienen ganas de una hamburguesa. Pause, write, and check. They feel like having a hamburger. Elena tiene ganas de comprar las botas. Elena feels like buying the purple boots. Remember, conjugate tener and add the expression. Nosotros tenemos sed, necesitamos agua porque hace calor. Pause, write, and check. We are thirsty, we need water because it is hot. Here I am combining one of the tener expressions with the weather expression. Yo tengo hambre, tengo ganas de comer, tengo que comprar la comida. I am hungry, I feel like eating, I have to buy food.